You wake up. You hit snooze. You scroll through your phone. And somewhere in your mind, you whisper, maybe tomorrow I'll change. But what if the biggest lie you've ever believed is who you think you are? You see, most people don't live their lives, they live their patterns. They wake up each day reacting instead of creating, stuck in a cycle of thoughts and behaviors they never chose, repeating a version of themselves that doesn't reflect who they truly are. And here's the truth that nobody teaches in school. Your identity is not fixed. It's not your past. It's not your pain. It's not your job title or what people call you. As James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. That means who you are always a choice. And every small action you take, even the tiny ones, can build a new version of you. Mel Robbins says it best, you're just one decision away from a completely different life. So in this video, we're going to explore what it really takes to shift your identity. Not just dream of change, but live it. You'll learn how habits, discipline, and purpose shape the future version of you. You'll hear real stories of people who transformed their lives from the inside out. And you'll leave with the tools to start your own shift today. Because deep down, you don't want to improve a little. You want to become someone new. Backhand index pointing, right? So let me ask you right now, who is the person you want to become? Let us know in the comments. Because this journey, it starts now. You don't need to make massive changes to become someone new. What you need is to understand the power of small, repeated actions. James Clear says it best, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. That means your identity isn't built overnight, it's built over time, one choice at a time. Let that sink in. Who you are becoming is not defined by your past. It's being shaped by what you do today. And the reason most people stay stuck, it's not because they don't dream big. It's because their habits don't match the person they want to be. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't wait to become Mr. Olympia before thinking like a champion. As a teenager in Austria, he visualized himself winning, trained like he already was the best, and lived in alignment with that identity long before the world noticed. Mel Robbins teaches that you don't have to feel motivated to act. In fact, most of your transformation happens in moments when you don't feel ready. She says, you create confidence and belief through action. The habit comes first, the feeling follows. And that's the trap most of us fall into, waiting for motivation instead of creating momentum. Tom Bilyeu, the founder of Impact Theory, used to describe himself as lazy, unmotivated, and average. But he decided to change that identity. His method? Reading every day. Working out even when he didn't want to. Eating clean. Tiny, simple habits, but done with consistency, they helped him build the mindset of a high-performance leader. Brendan Burchard calls this building a high-performance identity. It's about aligning your habits with your highest self, long before the results show up. He says, the power plant doesn't have energy, it generates it. In other words, don't wait to become, generate the habits that shape your becoming. Consistency matters more than perfection. Because if you only act when conditions are perfect, you'll never act at all. Terry Crews used to struggle with deep insecurities. What helped him shift? Going to the gym daily. Not just for his body, but for his mind. He showed up even on days when he felt like quitting. That repetition built not just muscle, but confidence. Identity, strength of character. And it's the same for you. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You just need to vote for the person you want to become, one habit at a time. Jordan Peterson reminds us that your behavior is your strongest signal of who you are. If you act with integrity, you become someone with integrity. If you show up when it's hard, you become resilient. If you commit to something bigger than your excuses, you become powerful. Let's make this simple. Each habit is like a brick. You're either building a prison or a palace. And the good news? You get to choose. So let's pause for a moment. Backhand index pointing right. Who are you voting to become with your daily habits? Drop your answer in the comments, because you're not just watching a video. You're starting a shift. We all have goals. Lose weight. Start a business. Write a book. But here's the truth most people miss. Goals don't get you results. Systems do. James Clear makes it clear, no pun intended. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Think about it. Two people can have the same goal. Run a marathon, build wealth, get fit. One reaches it. The other gives up. What's the difference? It's not the dream. It's the structure. Most people obsess over the result. But the people who grow focus on the process. Angela Duckworth, author of Grit, studied thousands of high performers, from cadets at West Point to spelling bee champions. What she found was simple. It wasn't talent. It wasn't intelligence. It was grit, showing up even when you don't feel like it. And behind that grit, systems. She created her own. Raising kids, teaching in public schools, working on her research, all while developing daily habits that supported her purpose. No magic, just structure. Mel Robbins puts it like this. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to act within 5 seconds. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about doing the thing before your brain talks you out of it. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling. She was a single mom, broke, depressed, but she had a system. She went to the same cafe, at the same time, every day. She didn't wait for inspiration. She wrote anyway. And Harry Potter was born. Now here's where most people quit, when it gets hard. But that's exactly where transformation happens. David Goggins, former Navy SEAL and ultramarathon runner, says, most people quit at 40% of their capacity. He didn't start out strong. He was overweight, angry, lost. But he built a system of discomfort. Every day, he pushed himself to do something painful, and that discipline built emotional strength most people can't imagine. James Clear teaches that discipline isn't a personality trait, it's a skill. It's the muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. And that brings us to Ed Mylett. He teaches a powerful idea, the power of one more. When you feel like stopping, one more rep, one more call. One more small win. That's how you separate who you are from who you used to be. Systems are the invisible script running your life. They determine what you do, how you feel, and what you believe is possible. Chris Pratt is a great example. He wasn't always the leading man you see today. He started out broke, living in a van, eating leftovers. But he changed his body, his mindset, and his habits. Waking up early, training hard, studying roles, reading books. He built a new system, and it built a new identity. Joe Dispenza explains it through science. Your brain changes when you repeat new habits. You literally rewire your identity. You fire and wire new connections. You create a new mind to match a new future. So let me ask you something. Are your systems helping you or holding you back? Because motivation fades, but systems stay. Backhand index pointing right, drop a comment. What's one system in your life that needs an upgrade? Whether it's how you wake up, what you eat, how you speak to yourself, your next level isn't a mystery. It's a system away. The thoughts you believe today shape the person you become tomorrow. But what if those thoughts are lies? I'm not good enough. It's too late for me. People like me don't succeed. These are not facts. They're beliefs. And beliefs can be changed. James Clear reminds us, your identity is not something you discover. It's something you decide and build. So if you want a new life, you don't just need new habits, you need a new story about yourself. That's what Steve Harvey did. He was homeless, living in his car, broke, humiliated. But he held on to one belief: I was made for something more. He showed up at every open mic night, bombing over and over again, until one day he didn't. That moment changed his life. But it was his belief and persistence that got him there. Mel Robbins teaches that you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker. And you can choose better thoughts. This shift is everything. Because when you believe differently, you act differently. And when you act differently, you build a new identity. Sylvester Stallone was rejected over 1,000 times trying to sell his Rocky script. He was broke. He had to sell his dog just to eat. But he refused to sell the story without playing the lead because he believed he was meant to be that character. And that belief became the identity that launched his legacy. Jay Shetty explains that purpose often comes from pain. When you turn your wounds into wisdom, you begin to live from a deeper place. Bethany Hamilton, after losing her arm in a shark attack, had every reason to quit surfing. But she didn't. She got back on the board and trained like her life depended on it. Her belief wasn't, "I'm broken." It was, "I was born to serve." That identity, chosen, not given, led her back to world competition. James Clear reminds us, you don't need to wait to become your future self. You can act like them today. That's powerful. Because we often think we need to earn the right to be successful, confident, disciplined. But you don't need permission. You need action. Robin Sharma says, you can't be great if you don't feel deeply. And you can't lead others until you lead yourself. Purpose isn't just about achievement. It's about alignment. Steve Jobs once said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. After being fired from Apple, the company he co-founded, he could have given up. Instead, he built Pixar. And when Apple needed him again, he returned, wiser, stronger, fully himself. That's the long game. That's what legacy is. And it starts with letting go of the beliefs that don't belong to you anymore. So let's pause right here. Backhand index pointing right, what's one belief you're ready to let go of? Leave it in the comments. Say it out loud. Because the future version of you, they're not waiting on luck. They're waiting on you. And they're closer than you think. You are not stuck. You are just repeating. But today, you get to choose something different. James Clear taught us that every small action is a vote for the person you want to become. Mel Robbins reminded us that confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after. And now you've seen the truth. Your habits, your systems, your beliefs, they're all shaping your identity, whether you're choosing them or not. But the most powerful part, you can choose. You can choose to show up when it's hard. To act like your future self before you feel ready. To build systems that support the life you dream of. To stop believing the lies that kept you small. And every time you do, you cast a new vote, not just for a goal, but for a new identity. You've seen it in real people. In Steve Harvey, who turned pain into purpose. In Bethany Hamilton, who refused to quit. In Stallone, who wouldn't sell his story short. And in Jobs, who came back stronger. They didn't wait for permission. They decided. And so can you. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Choosing again and again to believe in the version of you that no one sees yet, but will. So take one small action today. Leave a comment with the identity you're stepping into. Hit that like if you're ready to take ownership of your future. And subscribe if you're building the kind of life that leaves a legacy. Because the world doesn't need a new version of someone else. It needs the real you, the one you're becoming.
Hey, incredible growth seekers. Wow, what a journey. If this video resonated, subscribe now for more life-changing content. Join our community of self-improvers. Smash that like button to fuel more content on mindfulness, goal setting, and emotional intelligence. Share this video to create a ripple of positive change. Comment below about your growth journey. Your insights shape our content. Next week, boosting self-confidence and overcoming limiting beliefs. Don't miss it. Every interaction brings us closer to a world of empowered individuals. Let's make personal development global. Stay inspired, keep growing. Your best self awaits. Let's unlock it together.